Hey guys, what's up? Today we have some packages from We The People. I know what they are. You don't yet, but you probably know what they are because they're the same packages we open up quite often here. So let's get into it. Alright, so before we open these things and really talk about it, I do need to say, straight up, right up front, almost said another company. No, We The People, they do send me things from time to time to look at, review, talk about, test, make videos about. That's what these things are. I didn't spend any money on these things. They're given to me, okay? So if that taints your opinion of what I'm about to say, then so be it, whatever. But whatever you think, we're going to get into this either way, okay? But as I've always said with anybody that ever sends me stuff, and I'll say it again here, if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. So we try to keep things 100% honest with you guys, whether we pay for it or not. So anyway, let's open up these. I know what these are. These are t-shirts, I think. This way is, I believe that's what they are. So they have some new designs. We The People, they have holsters and belts and clothing, right? I guess they got some pants and stuff too, which I have not tried those out yet. That would actually be really cool. But they make a lot of t-shirts, and depending on your style, right? Some people really like loud, flashy, you know, gun shirts and whatnot and stuff, and just funny sayings and whatnot. We The People makes a lot of that kind of stuff, all right? So I tend to be on the slightly more conservative side of that, and I don't just go out super, super flashy when it comes to shirts and slogans and whatnot and stuff. Like my logo is, like this is my logo. It's how I roll. It doesn't have really words and whatnot and stuff. But here's a stark contrast to that. Here's a shirt that they have. I thought it was actually kind of clever. Small arms enthusiast. It makes sense because it's T-Rex, right? It's small arms. I actually have a friend, I went to college with him. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to, I mean, I don't think it's a big deal at all because he posted on the internet. He was wearing one of these shirts and he's got short arms. I'm talking he's got short arms. This is the perfect shirt for him. Small arms enthusiast. It cracked me up when he posted that. But he had this shirt, so this actually looks pretty fun. It's kind of silly, but, you know, it makes sense. It's kind of fun. But that's that t-shirt. They also sent out, let's open this guy up. The weather's getting a little bit cooler, so I do get to kind of choose some of the things that I look at and test, and the designs and whatnot and the sizes. But this is a long sleeve shirt, which it's starting to get a little cooler up here. I'm in the 50s. I don't know if it's dipped quite into the 40s yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there. So long sleeve weather, beautiful time for it. So this is one that I generally don't wear these kind of shirts a lot, but with the weather being the way that it's gonna be, I'm not super opposed to it. Let's see if we can stretch it out and see what it says. It says, better to die with honor than with shame. There you go. So that's that guy right there. Cool logo, cool design. It doesn't even say anything back here about We The People, I don't think. But it's on their sleeves. And I think on this one too. Yep, it's on their sleeve. They got We The People on one side. So that's actually showing up. Kind of needs to be unfolded. But there you go. It's got We The People on one side. And on the other side, it's got the American flag. So there you go. That's pretty slick. So that's their t-shirts and their long sleeve shirt. I'm going to throw one of these on real quick. And then we'll open this one. So let's change clothes real quick. There. So there you go. That kind of works. That's cool. And just for reference, I'm like a 34, 35 waist. I think a 42 shoulder-ish, something like that. And this is a large t-shirt. So that kind of gives you an idea. Unwashed, when you wash it, they shrink a little bit. The long sleeve stuff, I think this is an extra large. I opted for a larger one. Right, yes, an XL. Larger one just to make sure the sleeves are long enough and shrinkage and everything happens when you dry stuff and whatever. Make sure everything fits properly, because long sleeves to me need to be, they're a little bit baggier. I don't know. I don't wear them that often, but they're kind of not an over garment, but you know what I mean. I don't know. T-shirts, this fits me perfectly fine. It's a large. So, moving on. Here is this perforated? I don't think so. No, we'll just open it like a Neanderthal with small arms. This is some other stuff that they sent. This is a belt and holster. Now, I've had this same holster. I've purchased this holster for the 43X. I've purchased one with my own money, and I have not had a problem with it. It's worked perfectly fine. Let's get rid of that kind of thing. So whenever I got this one, I think it's pretty much the same thing. I just got a different color. And talking about different colors, here we go. Talking about different colors. These come in a menagerie. There's your fancy word. These come in a menagerie of different colors, going from standard block colors and then to like patterns and whatnot. So this is kind of a thin blue line, you know, law enforcement kind of thing. It's a flag with the blue line on it. Pretty cool. Like I said, I think I have several of these. I've given several of these away to friends or family. Folks that I knew that have these guns that could benefit from having one. This one here is for a 43X, not a 48. And because of that, or not because of that, I got that one because I do have it somewhere, but it's in pieces and parts. We'll see if it fits one of these guys. I do have a 43 frame, right, that I hope to carry at some point, and a 43 frame with a 43 slide, which I don't have an extra 43 slide right now, but whenever I do get that, that's what this guy will go in. But here's a 48, just for reference, fits in there just like that. So 48 will stick out a little bit. Not a big deal unless you're actually like training with it and whatnot and shooting and getting the barrel and the slide hot and whatnot. You don't really want to do that. If you're going to carry 48, I recommend getting the 48, definitely getting the 48 holster. And honestly, most of the time, even if you're going to carry a 43 or 43X, I like having the 48 holster anyway because it kind of helps protect just the end of this area going on. Even though a 43 will go in there probably about like that, it really won't protrude out the end of it. It really actually does help in concealment when you have an extra little bit at the bottom to help keep the pistol from rocking over in your pants. Does that make sense? The other thing they sent right here is a belt. And I think this completes the set. I think now I have every single one of their belts, right? They have a what is it? A thinner one, a bigger one, and now this is their slimline? No. Yes, slimline gun belt. This is a slimline gun belt. So this is interesting. This is very, very similar. Looks like it's very similar to some of the other belts that they've had. This has a plastic buckle. They have one that is very similar to this, but it's not a plastic buckle. Let's get this guy out here. It is a it's like a, what's the term, what's the word? Like a Cobra buckle. I think it's Cobra buckle is what they're called. So this guy, you order these approximate to your size, your waist size. They have a scale, they have or a sizing chart. They have a sizing chart. You need to make sure you go by that. Don't buy it, go according to it, right? So go according to that and make sure you get the right size. You don't want to be getting the wrong size and then have to deal with sending stuff back and whatnot and stuff. So I'm gonna throw this guy on. Basically, it's supposed to be slimline, right? So you kind of fit it to your waist size. You have this big old buckle, which this is a plastic buckle. We'll see how well that holds up. And that guy would secure everything. And the tail of this needs to make sure it's long enough to grab back here on this Velcro so it's not flip-flopping around. So something like that. That's about as big as you're gonna get, I think, or as big as this belt is gonna get. And then you could make it smaller and then tuck this Velcro back further. I'm gonna throw it on real quick and kind of show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, so if I'm gonna do this, it's gonna be like this. Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and run it through here. Nice thing about this is it is small enough, maybe that's why it's the slim line, that you can fit it through your belt loops. These are regular Walmart, I think they're Wrangler pants, just standard loops, right, the belt loops. Some belts, particularly gun belts and whatnot, they can have buckles that are too big. They're just straight up, there's no getting around it. They are too big, and they, you can't fit those buckles through the belt loops. So this one is not the case, okay? So there we go. I have this the way that I need it, so that the front is where I'm gonna put that gun. I can tighten this up a little bit. Honestly, I am right there on the edge. I told you I'm like a 35. I think they have belts that are like 34 and below and 36 and above or something like that. They have, I can't remember where you draw the line as far as the waist size, but mine is right there. I mean, if I went smaller, I'd be at the max of the smaller size. If I went any bigger, that's just not gonna work. So here's the 48 and the 43X or 43 holster. Stick that guy in here. Clips on like it should, right? Because it's We the People holster, We the People belt. So that guy goes on there like that, and then we can, let me just kind of, let me mess with this for a minute. Tighten this up a little bit. Here we go. So if we tighten it up a little bit, tuck this guy back in and around, then, there we go. Then that's how that would go. Now, if you wanted to hide this butt of this pistol a little bit more, because as is, this would be functional, this would be fine. Most people probably wouldn't notice stuff. But if you notice, there's a butt of the pistol sticking right there. You could kind of help tuck it away on your side a little bit, but it's still going to be sticking out a little bit. One thing you can do, and I don't think I have the model out right now. No, I do. This is a 48 holster, and it has a claw on it. So let me show you the difference here. The 43 holster and the 48 holster, this is the difference. This is the length difference right here. You have the 43 and the 48. If you can see, you line them up, which technically this would be the top. See how there's like an inch difference or so? That's because obviously the 48 is longer. So if we take the 48 and put him in the 48 holster with the claw, right? The main difference being the claw, not the bottom of the holster, but the main difference being the claw. If you take this guy and put it on like so, tuck that claw in, what that claw is going to do, that claw pushes the butt of that pistol in and really helps tuck things away and hide it. It makes it takes the holster from like a 4 to a 6. It really works a lot better, all right? So that is that little guy. That's the belt. It's slimmer. It is definitely slimmer than their other belt that they have, or other two belts. They have two other belts. They have a buckleless belt, right? Which is good. I've used that for a little bit. And then they have the other belt, which is, it's a gun belt, but it's more like for range stuff. Like, it's a heavy duty belt, and then it's got a legit big ol' buckle on it, right? A Cobra buckle, which is a lot more sturdy than this plastic one. We'll see how well this plastic one holds up, but I'm probably not gonna be using these like super hard, but is what it is. We'll see how well it holds, especially up here in the cold. That cold weather can make plastic and stuff snap. So anyway, that's it. Cool shirts, cool gear, and that's pretty much that. They also come with this little hoochie pucker thing here, which you can take this, slip it over the belt, and turn that into a little magazine holder thing. You can do that. It's cool. If you're into that, I would usually use like a Neomag or something, or some kind of a holster that has or a magazine holder that goes in your pants in conjunction with your holster, if that makes sense. Usually that's what I would do, but that's an option. They throw that in there, so you can use it. That's it. If you guys got any questions about this stuff, please do let me know. They got tons of sizes. They got tons of models of firearms. They're adding a lot of different models of firearms recently. Like this year, I think it was this year and last year, I noticed a significant uptick in the different models that they have. Some light compatibility ones and all that kind of stuff. So it's cool. They're building stuff. They're ingenuiting, whatever the word is. They're not being stagnant. I'll put it that way. And kudos to them for that. Kudos, they didn't tell me to say that. Kudos to them for that, for not being stagnant. Some places will build one thing, and even though it becomes obsolete, they keep building it. They don't grow, right? They don't expand. Anyway, that's that. I'm done. Y'all be good to be safe. Appreciate you watching and everything. Thank you, we the people, for sending this stuff out. I'm gonna use it, see how it works, and we'll do a more than an unboxing at a different point in time whenever we actually have more time with these things. All right, y'all take care. Hopefully we'll catch you in the next video. See ya.